My dreams are nightmares. How can I sleep? You got the gun against me.
What's going on, everybody? King of Dragons 5000 here, coming at you with another figure review. Today we'll be having a look at the Mattel WWE Elite Collection Series 76 Braun Strowman. And so here we have Braun Strowman posing out of the packaging. Before we take a look at the figure, let's actually run through Braun Strowman's accessories really fast. Braun Strowman only gets 2 pairs of hands. We do get a pair of grip hands. Then we get a pair of wide open grip hands. And then finally we do get the Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy, which does look really nice. I am glad they include the names on it this time. But we don't get a pair of fist hands for Braun Strowman. How are you supposed to get these hands when he doesn't have the hands to give to people? I don't understand the logic in Mattel, and I'll go over some issues I do have with this figure, but overall, really happy with the accessories. Could have included a pair of fists. That's something that he obviously needs. But with that out of the way, guys, let's actually move on to Braun Strowman's details. And so here we have a closer look at Braun Strowman, and this is the face that I have been wanting on a Braun Strowman figure for what has it been, 4 years now? 4 years, and it finally took them this long to give us a serious, stern Braun Strowman, and it looks glorious. I love this head sculpt. This is my favorite Braun Strowman head sculpt. Now, yes, it is a little bit outdated. This figure did come out earlier this year, so I do forgive Mattel for not being able to give us the bald Braun Strowman yet, but really happy I have this figure in hand. He does look really nice, and I think it's the menacing scowl that this figure has. This is actually the face that they should have had from day one. Really do like it. It has a really strong likeness to the Monster Among Men, and I really do like it. Now, again, this is a little bit outdated because he still has the long ponytail right here, as you can see. It's connected right here. Now, I'm trying to figure out if the ponytail is a separate piece or if it's just one continuous sculpt, because it does look like there's some glue right here, so some residue right there. So that can be indicated that the ponytail can pop off. If it can, customizing this figure would be so much easier because you just pop the ponytail off and then just sand down the rest. But really like this figure. This does a lot of things right in my opinion, but still has some issues. The face is, of course, one thing I think they have nailed with this figure. Love this Braun Strowman. Another thing I've been saying that Braun Strowman has needed for a really long time is a brand new torso, and Mattel delivered. We have Braun Strowman here without his shirt, and I love this torso. This is how Braun Strowman looks. He's a really big, massive, muscular guy, and they did an outstanding job with this torso. He's not as fat in this torso. You can see they actually did slim him down, which is accurate. Braun Strowman did lose the gut and he gained all this muscle, so really good job there. Now, I do have to fault Mattel on this. They still went with the Brock Lesnar arms, which I honestly think they should use the Big Show arms for Braun Strowman. Now, the only reason I say that is look how small his shoulder is compared to the rest of his body. We have issues like this with some figures, especially Rhino, who has a really massive boulder of a shoulder but a really tiny body. This has a really massive body but a really tiny shoulder. This figure would really benefit if they gave us the Big Show or the giant shoulders that we see on bigger guys, and then the big massive Andre the Giant and Big Show arms would look much better than the Brock Lesnar arms. So that's just my 2 cents. I really do like the way the figure came out. They did a really good job on his tattoo here. Of course, he is missing the Superman emblem here because they can't use Superman. Mattel doesn't own the rights to the Superman logo, unfortunately. He does have black wrist tape on both arms. And you can see my figure does wobble a little bit. That's pretty much how they put the dumbbell joint in. But having a look at his tattoo, we do have the powerlifter tattoo right there, which looks good. And then we do have a new tattoo up here on the back of his neck. So Mattel actually did a really good job with the tattoos. We still have his Country Strong tattoo underneath the left arm. And then we have this tattoo right here. Now, you might be seeing that this arm is a little bit floppy. And yes, that came right out of the package. This arm does not hold its weight all too well. You can see it barely supports its own weight. Like, if you even put anything there, it just flops down. Nothing a little Kiki can't fix, but I do have to point that out, that out of the package, mine did have that issue. So having a look at the torso, I think this was a missed opportunity that Mattel could have reworked this lower torso, because you can see it's pretty wide right here and it gets a little thinner right here at the hips. If they had just narrowed this down just a little bit and cut out a little bit more right here, I think that would have improved articulation and the look of the figure, because it kind of looks strange how he has this really big gap in between his hips, and that just looks bad. As far as the attire goes, they did a really good job painting it, making it look like he has all the tears in the right places. I do like the fact that the pockets are painted. All the sculpted detail, they made an effort to hide all the sculpt, which it looks good. Don't get me wrong, but I kind of wish they had gone the extra mile and actually painted over, maybe re-sculpt this figure. This was an opportunity to rework Braun Strowman figures, and unfortunately Mattel just reworked the top half of him, so that is a little bit unfortunate, because he doesn't have boots that go up this high. His boots are only about a little past the ankle, and then the pants come all the way down. So hopefully in the future Mattel learns from that and they give us a more accurate Braun Strowman. But in the meantime, this is going to be my Braun Strowman that I have in my collection. Now, the one last thing I do need to point out is his baby hands. Why does he have baby hands? They keep giving him these tiny, tiny, normal size hands. He needs to have giant, massive hands. And they do have the hand sculpts. We've seen it on Big Show. Big Show has a pair of fists that they could have used for this guy. Why do we keep getting baby hands with Braun Strowman? It throws off the look of this figure tremendously, and I think bigger hands would solve the tiny arm issue, at least that I have with it. But other than that, he's still a pretty nice figure. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get him compared to other figures you may have in your collection. And so here we have the Elite 76 Braun Strowman posing next to an Ultimate Edition's Brock Lesnar and a basic Jeff Hardy. And finally, here we have the Elite 76 Braun Strowman posed next to the Best of Elite 2019 Braun Strowman. So with the comparisons out of the way, guys, let's actually run through his articulation really fast. Braun Strowman does have a ball joint here at the head, and surprisingly, it works better than most Braun Strowman figures. He does look up surprisingly well. He can't really look down because of how his beard comes, and that does hinder a lot of articulation. But because he has this extra movement in the head, he can turn his head better than all the other Braun Strowman figures, which I do like that. And then we also do have some head tilt, so really good range there. Arms are on ball hinges. They do go all the way around, as you can see. Mine, like I said, is really loose. You can see I don't have to do much, and it's floppy. This arm is a little bit floppy, but it's not as floppy, so this might just be an issue on mine. If yours has it, let me know down in the comments. His arms do go out, not all the way to the side, unfortunately. I kind of wish that they did, but that's just me. He does have a bicep swivel, which works pretty good. Single bend in the elbow, giving us 90 degrees, so I do like that. Swivel and hinge at the wrist, no problem there, just a little bit stiff. Ab crunch leans way back for a big guy. I do like that. Leans forward. Really wish that companies would stop giving us back bend and giving us more forward crunch. But he is a bigger guy, so I guess I can let that slide. I guess he does swivel here at the waist. Legs only go up that high. They haven't worked this out yet. Now, you can push it a little bit further, but you do risk cutting into the plastic. So the best way to do that is just to Dremel out a piece right here in the pelvis. I might do it sometime in the future, but I don't know yet. We do have a thigh swivel. Oh yeah, legs go out that far. Thigh swivel works fine. Double bend in the knee going all the way up, no issues. He does have a swivel at the boot. We do have a hinge in the ankle going back and forward. And then finally, we do have rocker ankle. So overall, Braun Strowman here has pretty good articulation for a big guy. I just wish mine didn't have the issues where the dumbbell joint down here wasn't off-centered, and then this arm was not as loose. But anyway, with that out of the way, guys, let's actually get in pose for my final thoughts, and then we'll wrap up this review. And so here we have the Elite 76 Braun Strowman pose for my final thoughts, and overall I really do like the way this figure came out. He does have some shortcomings, especially when it comes to some accessories. A pair of fists would really do this guy a lot of favors, because Braun Strowman is known to giving people hands, and how can you give hands to somebody when you don't have the hands to give? I just don't understand that. I really do like this Andre the Giant Memorial Trophy because it does have the names of all the winners, and that's a really nice touch. I do like that. But I feel like Mattel did miss the mark on this figure. They did a lot of things right, but they still did a lot of things wrong. Those tiny baby hands will always infuriate me when they give it to Braun Strowman. I don't know why they insist on giving him baby hands. If they gave him bigger hands, it would really make his arms look longer, but because he has such short, tiny hands, his arms look really short. This is probably the best Braun Strowman figure that we've gotten from Mattel. I really like this head sculpt. I really love the torso that they made for this guy. I just feel like there's some things that they still could improve on, such as his leg articulation and probably some arm articulation. Maybe if they gave him bigger shoulders, it might fit better in this body. I don't know. That's just me personally. I don't know what it is about Mattel. Once they find a formula for a particular character, they stick to it and nothing changes their mind. I really want to see some changes in the future, especially with Braun Strowman, because these hands really do annoy me. If you can get past the hands, this is a really awesome Braun Strowman figure, and I feel he's probably the best attempt they've had at him. Yes, they did release a best of 2020 Braun Strowman. Is it 2020 or 2019? I don't know. But they did release him with a Soft Goods t-shirt, which I'm probably gonna pick that up just for the shirt. But as far as Braun Strowman's in my collection, this is gonna be that particular version. If you are looking for Braun Strowman, Elite 76 is still kind of easy to find in stores, and Braun Strowman here was one of the easier ones to find, so you shouldn't have a problem finding this figure. With that being said, guys, I'm KingofDragons 5000. Don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel. Go check out all my other action figure reviews, as well as all my other WWE videos. Hopefully you find them informative. As always, if there's a figure you would like to see me review, let me know down in the comments, and if it's in my collection, I'll definitely have a look at it. While you're at it, check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, and as always, ring that bell to be notified every time I upload a video. Until next time, guys, I'll see you later. Take care, everyone.